Hey everybody, I'm Chanel Herlin and you're watching The New Music Buzz. On today's episode, we chat to Ruth Negga and Joel Edgerton and some of the cast members from the film Loving, which addresses interracial marriage in America in the 60s. We also chat to Taylor Momsen and the guys from The Pretty Reckless in our Rock and Roll Highway Aftershock edition. So let's get this party started and roll that intro. Richard and Mildred Loving took on the Supreme Court in the 60s at a time where interracial marriage was illegal in some states in America. This film Loving really proves that the power of love can conquer all. In our Buzz Access segment, we got a chance to talk to some of the cast members about the importance of this film. Let's take a look.
Camera one, do you think today?
Well, it was kind of just a joint night out with the band, where we like really late.
It's black.
In here? Richard! What you doing in bed with that woman?
I'm his wife.
That's no good here.
Richard Perry Loving being a white person and Mildred Jeter being a colored person did unlawfully cohabitate as man and wife.
Richard?
That ain't right!
I believe this is a battle that could go all the way to the Supreme Court.
We ain't hurting anybody.
The state of Virginia will argue that it is unfair to bring children of mixed race into the world.
I can take care of you.
I know that.
How important is this movie to be seen by everyone?
I think it's. I think it'd be a great movie for everybody to see, and young people, old people, any people. Mm-hmm. I mean, because it gives you an empathetic, experience into the lives of two people. I think the gentle, quiet nature of the movie just sort of is like Jeff is like, welcome into this home. Visit these two people, see how they lived and how they struggled against this thing, and then try and judge them. Then try and judge anybody else for living their lives the way they do when you haven't walked in their shoes. That's why I think it'd be a worthwhile thing. And it's a gentle movie that allows those thoughts to happen for people and the conversation to come from a nice place of love, I think.
I think that, first of all, to walk away knowing this couple is a privilege, because I don't think many people are aware of them and what they achieved and how they affected American legal history, but also American social life. Everybody in some sense is affected by this, some people more directly than others. But I think that also I would love if people were inspired by this couple, inspired to have confidence in their own voice, no matter how quiet you think you are, or even if you think you might not be listened to. If this film turns that on its head, really. This was a very unassuming, ordinary, every couple.
Yes.
And they took on the might of the American justice system, and they invalidated a really corrosive law which smashed and obliterated families and people. And I think that's pretty inspiring. I would just like to be in her presence, because if you watch documentary footage, archival footage of them, she really glowed. She had such charisma, and the lawyers, spoke about her like there was something really special about this woman. Her humanity really, she radiated humanity. She radiated goodness and a loving warmth. How ironic is that? But so I would just like to be in her presence.
Whether or not you want to look at bombings in other countries, or if you want to look at race relations in America today, the presidential race, if you want to look at the Black Lives Matter movement, same-sex marriages, the fact that in 2000, the Alabama was the last state to decide to allow individuals to marry interracially. We haven't really come that far. We're still fighting in the world for individuals to be accepted for who they are. I don't want to get into issues that are happening in other countries in terms of, race relations. But if love is at the core of it, if love is the center, if you and I just the two of us right now sitting here, decide, I'm gonna lead my life loving a little more each day, not even just deciding to completely love. Do you know how many people we could touch if we touch one person each day in a loving way?
Right.
And then if that person touches one person or does something in a loving way, we start to change the world slowly.
Well, I rarely say that movies are important. This is the 5th one that I've made, but this one I think is, because it's not just a movie. It's a story about Richard and Mildred Loving, who were real people, who made a real difference in this country. I think their story should be a foundational part of our American history. Not our civil rights history, but our American history. I think people need to walk out of the theater, having seen this film, and think about the things that are happening today. Think about the problems that we're having and the exchanges and dialogues and arguments that we're having. And think about these two people. And think about how they changed the world just by being themselves. And we need to think about the people at the center of all these conversations.
Correct. Were you familiar with the story before you did the movie?
I wasn't. In 2012, the producers approached me with Nancy Bursky's documentary, The Loving Story, and I hadn't heard of it, and it made me angry. I didn't know why a kid that grew up in Little Rock, Arkansas, went to Little Rock Central High, side of the desegregation crisis in '57. I graduated in '97. Why wasn't this story told? Why wasn't I told about this? Why, when we're going state by state to gain marriage equality rights for people, why aren't people talking about this more? It's a beautiful example of sincere love and two people trying to live their lives and a government telling them that they can't.
Right.
Why don't we know about this?
True. I think it's like the ultimate love story in a sense. And also, maybe because it didn't get as much press as what it should, I think both characters didn't go in it as civil rights characters. They just wanted to be in love and left alone.
Yeah, they didn't have an agenda.
Right.
And I think that's what makes it one of the greatest love stories in American history.
Yes.
Is that it was pure.
Right.
They did not have an agenda. They simply loved one another, and that's rare. It's rare to find an example of that. And maybe the reason why we don't know their stories is because nothing blew up, and it took a very long time. The most insidious part of their punishment was time was taken away from them.
That's
and
true.
It's hard for us, to look back and pay attention to those types of crimes.
Right.
Is there anything you'd like me to say to the Supreme Court Justices of the United States?
Yeah. Tell the judge I love my wife.
After these messages. Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Jazz.
I'm AZ, and we're Brave, and you're watching the New Music Buzz.
Hey, all my lovers, if you feel me, come on, sing it with me.
Nobody's gonna love me better. No need for diamonds and leather.
So if you say bye-bye to the single life, then you can't go without those kisses every
every single night. You don't wanna do a thing without a buying side. You better hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Hands up if you love your baby. Hands up if you love your lady.
We're spreading love and all over the world. Grab your man by the hands, let's grab your girl. If you love to love, if you love to love your baby.
Need fast cash? Go to cityloan.com or call 877-553-9071 to borrow $3,000 or more with the equity in your payoff vehicle. Your car is your credit. With City Loan, over 99% of City Loan customers are in good standing every month. So call 877-553-9071 now, and if you sign up for a loan, you're gonna receive a free gift card. Don't forget to mention promo code TVAD to receive your gift card, and also don't forget to follow City Loan and Facebook at City Loan Community, and follow us on Twitter at City Loan. Now back to the New Music Buzz.
We caught up with Taylor Mumson from CW's Gossip Girl at the Aftershock Music Festival in Sacramento, California. She is now the lead singer of the rock band The Pretty Reckless. Taylor, Jamie Perkins, Ben Phillips and Mark Damon sat with us backstage to talk about rock and roll do's and don'ts in our Rock and Roll Highway segment. Let's take a look.
Hey, this is Mark.
I'm Taylor.
I'm Ben. I'm Jamie.
And we are the Pretty Reckless, and you are watching Rock and Roll Highway.
Waiting at these crossroads forever and a day on a guy to buy my soul. I spend all night and day, how much harder can I play? You know I gave my life to rock and roll. Mama begged me please, yes she got down on her knees, said you'll burn in that Mississippi sun. But I'm the only one that's standing here, so mama don't you have no fear on me, the last door I've already won. Here I go. Take me down. Take me down. Take me down. Won't you take me down?
I don't know. New York has its. We've been around the world many times now, and New York has its own kind of character and grit to it that you don't really find anywhere else.
It's a complicated question. New York evolves so quickly, so...
No, like you'll literally leave for, I don't know, a week and come back and everything has changed. So it's kind of a constant moving city that I think keeps you on your toes.
But the grit and energy of New York still represents rock and roll, I think, and should.
I agree.
So.
That's why we haven't left yet.
4 or 5, 6.
We're adding them as they go. We didn't want to, have a billion YouTube releases of our record that we, put all our blood, sweat, and tears into literally before the record was out. So we're slowly adding more and more new material, and it's gonna be good.
The fans have been really, telling us a lot on social media how much they love it, and the reviewers seem to like it a lot, and it comes down to we like it a lot. So it's been great.
I think we're all our harshest critics. It
works out in your favor.
It does. It sometimes isn't so fun, but it's true.
When you get to a festival like this, where you see the lineup like Tool and Slayer and Meshuggah, Anthrax, it's and Primus. I mean, such great bands. Bands we've loved for years. Some of the bands are friends of ours. So it's always great to see great artists playing, great stages to great crowds. Black clothing, pants, sunglasses. leather, water,
Survival.
survival. Yeah.
And what about and what is something that
Don't shit in the tour bus toilet. Ever.
Bad times. Don't do it.
It's a bad scene, bro.
Don't invite people on the bus who will do aforementioned things. Yeah.
Pretty much that's the number one rule.
Or the number 2 rule.
Yes.
Hey.
1 and 2. Very nice. I quit.
If you want to follow us on social media, you have @MarkTheGiant on Twitter, @TaylorMomsen on Twitter, @JamieIsGone on Twitter. Don't use Twitter. TPR Official Twitter. Taylor Momsen Facebook. TPR Official Facebook. Mark Damon Facebook. This dude Facebook. ThePrettyReckless.com.
Captain Caveman.
Once again, I don't do it.
It's probably for the best.
Probably for the best.
Hey, we're the Pretty Reckless, and you've just been buzzed.
I'm a prisoner. Won't you set me free? I'm a prisoner.
That is a scene, yeah. I was not expecting that. I was hoping it was just like a little smash star, and it's pretty crowded there. It's pretty hectic.
We're actually just here visiting from New Mexico. I have family out here, so we decided also to come just take the Walk of Fame. Actually got in an argument with some Trump supporters a little bit earlier. It was pretty crazy.
What was it about?
I was throwing out something saying that Trump is a misogynist, he's a rapist, and a lady started coming back with me saying, I know. And now she was a supporter, and I said, so you're supporting a effing degenerate for president? And she's like, don't curse at me. So we just had a little back and forth about it.
Interesting.
I'm here to support Trump, but more importantly, to get a non-career politician into office that gives the best chance to turn this country around. The electoral system is bad because it shouldn't be just a few deciding the president for the whole.
I think that's true.
It should be the whole deciding the president for everybody.
If you live in America, November 8th could be the most important day of the next few years of your life. The 2016 political landscape has been one of the most volatile and controversial in modern times. On the one hand, some of you want to make America great again. But what does that really mean? On the other hand, some of you think that making history as far as gender in the presidential office outweighs a scandal that's so big the FBI is investigating. But if you sit back and do nothing, it could only get worse. In fact, sitting back and doing nothing is probably the reason why we have the political choices that we have today. So next time when you're offended when somebody wants to grab you in other regions, or that the ideal of deleting confidential and incriminating emails will make everything okay, then sure, go ahead and do nothing. But if you're outraged, then do something and vote.
This is the last episode filmed from my beautiful country, South Africa. I'm sure you've noticed quite a few interesting backgrounds these past few weeks, but next week I'll be stateside bringing you more exciting music features. Whilst my time here was short, I want to leave you with a few sights from my homeland. Enjoy.
Cosmic fire, burn it down. Female dragons, fire conversation. Cosmic fire, yeah. Are you sure? Usafuna, uzoshira. If I ubala. There's a lot to be happy about. I'm a journey. They're always ready for.
So that's all we have. A special thanks to Tegan Lee, The Pretty Reckless, the cast of Loving and Aftershock. Now don't forget to like us on Facebook, double tap on Instagram and follow us on Twitter, all at The New Music Buzz. I'm Chanel Herlin. Have a lekker day.
Yeah, my character is Phil Hirschkopf. I play one of the two lawyers with Nick Kroll who bring the case to the Supreme Court and get the ruling overturned to allow Mildred and Richard to be allowed to be married in Virginia. I think you'd be doing yourself a disservice not to see this movie. I think it's not only a beautiful love story, but it's a movie for the times. It's a movie that really gets to the core of what we've been dealing with a lot this year, which is how love trumps hate. And we're so lucky that we're allowed to have these movies and enjoy the fruits of its labors.
Yeah, I play the Oliver Jeter, who is Mildred Loving's father. He is a man who is kind of torn because of the situation at hand. I mean, he loves his daughter, he loves Richard, and he stood by them. And in the middle of the conflict, there was a lot of things that he couldn't address or he couldn't go but so far because he still had he has a wife and another daughter. So in the story, you know, he was kind of torn in between what he could do and what he couldn't do. So it was a tough balance to try to have, you know, to be supportive and at the same time, you know, be vulnerable.
The New Music Buzz is brought to you by Monster Products, pure Monster quality with Monster sound, and City Loan. Get cash for your car today. And Rockwell Watch's innovative design. For more music entertainment news, go to www.thenewmusicbuzz.com.
It's a movie in which it's about the empowerment of the everyday, of the simple, quiet empowerment of a woman and a man who changed everything with their love.
I think that it's the perfect timing right now with everything going on, and I think that with, you know, the fight that they put out there, it's great for everything that's happening now, to let the world know. Fight for what you want, you know, and you can win. And love, really, it's love. All of it is love.
Peace out.